Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl, me, Serena, here to tell you about some important things about rhetorical analysis essays. So, some important parts of a rhetorical analysis essay is the rhetorical devices. Without rhetorical devices, you can't have a rhetorical analysis. Well, you could, but it wouldn't be as effective. Some things you should do when writing a rhetorical analysis essay is to annotate first. Annotation is the key to a successful rhetorical analysis essay. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta read through it, right? You gotta underline the things that you feel are important. After all of that is done, you look for the rhetorical devices. Now, some rhetorical devices that will probably always be there is centered on and tone. Tone is how the author feels. You can just feel his pain or his anger or his emotion and what it is he has to say. Repetition is also usually there because, you know, when you want to get your point across and sometimes people just aren't listening, you gotta repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat all over again until they finally get it in their noggins. So, those are some key points to writing a success. Oh, wait.
Another thing that will help with finding rhetorical devices is to have your list out while you're reading a book or a magazine or even a newspaper. If you have your list out and you're reading your book, just skim while you're reading through your book, you can skim through the list and see if any of the rhetorical devices are in what you're reading. That's another tip or factor in finding rhetorical devices to help you have an effective rhetorical analysis essay.
What's going on, Lane Gang? It's your boy Justin. If you don't know me, if you do know me, what's good? So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about each paragraph of the rhetorical analysis essay. We're going to start with the introduction, obviously. It should follow the Prestige template. So we're going to want to start with the hook and then give the name of the author and the title of the work. And then the big part of it is your thesis statement, the major claim of the work. Later, you want to give an explanation of how the author develops and supports that claim. So we're going to talk about the thesis later in the introduction. And then give a statement of the author's purpose and a description of the intended audience and the relationship that the author establishes with that audience. So for the body paragraphs of the rhetorical analysis essay, we're going to follow the what, where, how, why format. And I know y'all remember that because of how fun that is. First you start with the what, which is a clear topic sentence that states one of the ways that the author develops a claim. It should come from your thesis, obviously. So after the what, you do the where, which is stating that rhetorical device that's actually used in the text evidence. So that's where you give like the quote and cite in the piece where you got the device. After that, you go into the how, which specifically states how the device helps achieve the purpose from your thesis and your topic sentence. And then the why, which states a specific audience, why the device is used for that specific audience, and why it appeals to them. So finally, in the conclusion, you're going to want to restate your thesis and further develop it using what you talked about in the body paragraphs. Don't exactly copy what you said in the introduction. And then for your final sentences to the conclusion, you relate it back to the hook in the beginning of your essay. And that's how you structure a rhetorical analysis essay.